Man, oh man, the Giants are a terrible football team. The Giants lose to the Jets. Oh man, this seems infuriating. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like the Giants really win because they get a better draft position now because they're not Jets beating us. Now we're tied in record, but they'd have the tiebreak over us. So, I mean, tank for Chase Young, I guess maybe. I guess because we need to improve our defense is trash. So the Jets rebound after losing to the Miami Dolphins, by the way. The first team to do so. And yet the Giants can't do the same thing against them. You know, I was saying on Saturday how just watch Sam Darnold just go back to being good again against the Giants defense. And what do you know? He was pretty good. I mean, he made mincemeat out of the Giants defense. But then again, who doesn't really? I mean, we gave Dak Prescott like a perfect passer rating for crying out loud. So that just goes to show you just how much we suck. Le'Veon Bell didn't do much, but he still had a touchdown because the Giants shot themselves in the foot because DeAndre Baker gave up like a penalty, which he did a few times. Multiple times this week for sure because you're going back to like Monday Night Football. And, I mean, he's already looking like, I don't know if I want to say bust, but I might be saying he's a bust already just for being a first-round pick and being terrible pretty much this entire season. No linebacker to speak of, really. I mean, Marcus Golden got a sack, I know that. But there were 2 sacks in the game for the Giants this week. Leonard Williams got pressure in at least, which he does. I mean, that's what he does, really. Even if the sack numbers don't come out and just jump out at you. I mean, he's still giving pressure to Sam Darnold for sure, but it wasn't enough because nobody can cover a pass to save their lives on this team right now. I mean, even Jabril Peppers, like, he had his moments, but, like, he's not going to stop the passing game. Like, he's not going to be the one guy that's just going to save this passing defense. That's just not going to happen. Now, when you got Janoris Jenkins being, like, arguably the best cornerback, and he's not the same Jack Abbott that he was a few years ago. Ah, man. Saquon is playing hurt right now. I don't know how else to put it. He's not 100% right now. If you saw this game, or just even look at the stats, that's not a Saquon Barkley game. It's not. He's not 100% right now. So I don't know why we're risking him in the games that we're not going to win out. We're not winning out. We're not making the playoffs this year. And if he gets hurt, that affects him long term in this stretch of games, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, honestly. Because he's the biggest bright spot we have. Something positive, at least Daniel Jones had a good passing game, I should say. Still out the fumbles, still out the strip sacks. One of them got returned for a touchdown. I mean, Saquon missed a block, and it's just, I don't even want to talk about this game, honestly, because this game was just depressing. You got 2 teams that aren't good in a very sloppy game at times. I mean, the Jets were shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. The Giants did so as well. It wasn't pretty, and it just wasn't fun. Like, what happened to the Giants teams that were just fun to watch, at least? I was just able to, like get me interested in the team. I mean, Saquon right now, if he's playing hurt right now, then I don't want him to be out on the field, as bad as it sounds to say that, because I don't want him to potentially get a really bad injury that affects him long term in games that mean nothing. I mean, Daniel Jones had his moments, but in the grand scheme of things, he's not an exciting prospect. If he projects well, he's going to be a really good game manager. Like, he's going to be the next Eli Manning. Like, that's his best case scenario projection for the future. And it's not like having Russell Wilson out there or someone or Mahomes who's like dynamic. Yes, he can run, but like he's primarily a pocket passer. Like he only scrambles out of necessity, not just like gain yardage, which works out fine. That's fine. But it's just not necessarily the most exciting football to watch at times. And when the defense, I have zero faith in outside of the defensive line. And even then, we got B.J. Hill, we got Dalvin Tomlinson. I mean, we have almost too many defensive line. With Leonard Williams coming now, our defensive line is, I think, fine. It's just everything else around it in the backfield is garbage. And that's really what we need to focus on in the draft. Or just in free agency or something. And no, getting a guy like Antoine Bethea, I mean, he had his, like, was in the right spots, I should say. Not necessarily like he had his moments, but he's not the long-term answer. Not in his mid-30s. He's, like, it's just hard to, like, just get hyped about this team. That's the problem. Like, if there was something in the future to look forward to that I could believe in, that'd be different. But there's nothing. There's, like, Saquon, yes. Like, yeah, but the problem is, like, right now he's in a spot where I don't think he should be playing necessarily if he's not 100% healthy. Because if he's putting up stat lines like that and missing blocks that affect games, then what's the point? Losing to the Jets, a team that we could very well beat. I mean, we were in this game for quite a bit. We were in the lead, and then we blew it, but we were in the lead at one point. So it's not like we were, like, nowhere to be found. Especially a team that lost to the Dolphins. They lost to the Dolphins. They lost to Miami. You think that we could have a shot at this. We could have a chance at winning this game. And we do. And yet we don't convert on our opportunity. And it's frustrating because I've seen this time and time again. The Giants failing to close out games. I mean, we've seen it in the past couple of years with field goals from like 60-plus yards out. Happening twice in a year with Jake Elliott and then Gano from the Panthers. And then coincidentally, after the Panthers made that kick, they even went down a cliff after Cam Newton got hurt. So that really sucked. That sucked. I mean, Odell Beckham Jr., I mean, he's not on the team anymore. So right now our best receiver, healthy-wise, is Golden Tate because Sterling Shepard is injured. Evan Ingram was also not in this game either. So Rhett Ellison was the starting tight end. Two of our linemen were injured in this game too, and Nate Solder is now got a concussion, so he's probably not going to be playing, although the way that he's been playing, you could argue that he hasn't been playing for quite a bit now because we're paying him so much money to do, be like the lead blocker, being like the left tackle is like pretty much the most important spot because you're covering the blind side, and yet Nate Solder has not been at all the answer at that spot. And yes, when he signed that big deal, I knew we were overpaying for an average at best tackle, but he hasn't even been that. That's the issue. Will Hernandez is good, and Kevin Zeiler is also good. That's two, which is better than what we've had in recent years. Better than having Eric Flowers on the team, that's for sure, but it's not enough. It's not enough. I mean, look at some of the teams that we had in the past few years. We had Chris Snead, David Deal, Kareem McKenzie, Sean O'Hara. Those are like four good linemen there, like that are notable names. I mean, two of them in Deal and Snead made Pro Bowls. So, who's gonna make a Pro Bowl on this? Maybe Zeiler at some point. That's the only one really. Will Hernandez is good, but I don't know if he's gonna be that level good. Even Zeiler too, he'd have to beat out Zach Martin, I believe. So one of them would have to be would just be a starter at least, because Zach Martin is legit. He's really good. But Dude, there's no Zach Martin on this team, that's for sure. Man, so this team is just depressing me, and like I'm mad about it, but like I'm not like yelling at the top of my lungs mad. I'm just like the resigned, just accepting type of mad where like I just know that this team isn't good and we're not going to be good for a bit, especially with the way that this team is run. We're probably going to be looking for a new coach at some point soon because Pat Shermer has not been good as a coach. I mean, he's been making some really interesting play calls that are interesting because they don't make sense and they don't work. Simple as that. I mean, if you're making weird play calls that don't work, that's a really quick way to get yourself on the unemployment line. Dave Gettleman is not a good general manager. This is factual. I mean, you can argue that the Giants have so far been winning this Odell trade, but that's ignoring a lot of other moves that he has made. I mean, man. The Antoine Buffet signing was an interesting move. And by interesting, I mean, why? I don't really get the direction of this team. And we're just going to be back in the lotteries. We're just going to be back in like the top 5 draft picks, like the situation again. Like last year, we were at 6. I mean, the year before that, we got that Saquon Barkley. That was the 2nd pick in the draft. And we're going to be looking at 2nd or 3rd at this rate because we're not good and we're not winning games. Not with the way that this team is playing. It's just not happening. I don't know what else to say, really, other than just this team sucks and I just hate the way that things are being run right now. Like, I'm in like one of the 5 stages of grief at this point. I've just been in acceptance mode for quite a while right now. Like, I've just accepted that this is the team I have to root for, and I'm just resigned to this fate at this point because this team is bad. And I didn't need this game to prove it, but damn it if it didn't really make a good case to just keep it implanted in my brain that this team is terrible, and I feel pretty bad about it. I mean, if your team is not doing as bad as the Giants, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the NFL in general. Maybe something a bit more happy. I mean, if you're a Niners fan, congrats. I mean, your team's doing good. Yeah, like you guys have a good thing going over there. Patriots are good as always. Yeah, I mean, the NFC East is terrible. I mean, not really surprised. I mean, Dallas lost this week. Yeah, it's just. I don't even know what to say anymore. So I'm just gonna end it right here because I'm frustrated for sure, and I'm just tired at this point. Really, I'm just tired. Like, of course I'm gonna be watching these games because I'm gonna talk about them for sure. But I will say, if we do lose to the Dolphins, I will be at a very, very, very extreme breaking point there. But fingers crossed I don't have a mental breakdown at some point this year. Thank you guys for watching. Let people know about the channel. Just help this channel grow. Leave a like. Let me know what you guys are thinking about anything, really. Alright. Peace.